Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is episode 5 of The Shy. And what did we see last week? Emmett, he let Kiesha come on over. She been staying the night and she's like, we need to tell Tiffany about us. And all of us are looking like, no, you need to tell Tiffany about this. I'm newly divorced, but that's neither here or there. And we also know that Trig, aka Victor, is running for councilman. So it's a good episode that we're about to have on our hands, but we know nothing ever runs that smoothly. So before we jump into this and break it down, if you like the Shy content, live after show discussions, breakdowns of different scenes throughout the week, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and also follow me on Instagram, MoedotJ. Now, let's jump into it. We also know that our boy Jake and Gemma, they're going through a life-changing moment because Gemma is pregnant and we need to find out what exactly she's going to do. Is she going to keep it? Is she going to get rid of it? I don't know. Let's jump into it. This is episode 5 of The Shy. We start the episode off with Gemma and Jake, and the last thing we seen was Gemma hopping in the G-Wagon, and she said the 4 words we never want to hear: we need to talk. Now, when you're at work, your boss says we need to talk, you in trouble. When a woman tells you we need to talk, you done did something, she didn't caught you up, or it's probably just complete BS. But in this situation, it's very serious. She's pregnant, and Gemma is saying she's going to take care of it because for her, she's looking at it like she still wants to live and enjoy life. Now, this was a change of events when Jake said, what about him? I don't have no say in it. Unfortunately, my young brother, you don't. Once the semen leaves you, hey, it's all on them what they gonna do, where they gonna change your life because they want something, but it's their body, their choice. But I wasn't expecting Jake to say that he wanted to keep a child. Now that was interesting. Now y'all heard me in the intro. Kiesha's been staying over our boy Emmett's house a little bit too often. I mean, you're a college kid, you have a dorm room. She's just over here spending the night. She's making breakfast. Now, we got our boy Emmett over here, and he's listening to a gentleman on YouTube, just hearing him out Instagram, and he's just telling them what you need to do to better yourself. And she asked, is he certified? Well, I mean, if he's just giving advice, if it's life advice, I mean, you don't really need to be certified for that. Who certifies parents to give life advice? You tell your son stuff. Are you certified? No. He's just listening to the man. But Emmett's like, oh, no. Well, tonight we got a card game going on. And Kiesha's getting a little bit too comfortable. She's whipping up food. She's talking about, hey, tonight at the card game for you and your homeboys, I'm going to play. Fellas, don't let that happen. If you having a night with you and your boys, let it be a night with you and your boys. You don't need her hearing the conversation that y'all be having, especially someone you ain't with. Now, Kevin is helping Simone, and she's getting ready to go to cosplay. Now, I didn't really know what cosplay was until a couple of years ago, but it's where you go in there and you dress up, sometimes as anime superheroes. But in this event, there are a lot of people that actually dress up as their own superhero. And Kevin doesn't know anything about this, and Simone is basically saying, hey, you should come with me to this. And he's like, nah. Now, the direction of the acting is like, what I'm seeing is it's making these kids seem a little bit older than what they are. Like the conversations and how they're interacting with each other, it seems more like something some mid 20-year-olds would be doing and not some high schoolers. Now, Simone, she's a moon whisperer. She can talk to the moon. And of course, Kevin is interested in her, so he asks, do you ever talk to the moon about me? She's like, yeah, sometimes. He wants to know details now because he's like, okay, she's feeling me too. But you know she's not going to tell you all that. But she does tell him, go ahead and come with me. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, if I had a power, I'd make it rain. She talked about in the strip club. He said, nah, if I could snap my fingers, I'd make it rain outside. I'm like, all right. I mean, that's a cool power. I mean, I don't know when you're ever going to use it. You getting your ass whooped and you talking about make it rain. Like, no, it's over with, bro. They still gonna be whooping on you. You just gonna be wet. Pause. This is the exclusive clip that we got yesterday that I put up, and it's between Trig, aka Victor, and his little brother Jake. And Jake's asking him, have you ever got anyone pregnant? Now, he does say why you changed up, you dressed up, and you know he's running for councilman, so you gotta be you gotta be the part. You gotta have the appearance so people, be welcoming. Now, Victor asks, is Gemma pregnant? Because that's who he knows he's dealing with. And if she's not pregnant, then why are you asking? But Jake doesn't know how to get this question across, and he just says, oh, it's nothing. And that's where you hear Victor say, man, Imani gave you some rubbers, condoms, you need to wear them. And I'm a huge advocate of it. Wear the protection, people, especially you gentlemen. Just throw it on, man. Forget what they talk about. Wear one. But Jake doesn't tell him everything that's going on, so there's no way Victor can help him. Now, we know Shy got out. Shy is trying to make a difference out here. He got him a new woman, you know what I'm saying? Him and Deja, they laid up in the bed. She gave him a facial. He talking about, ooh, my face so clean. Hey, just throw some hot water on there every day. Make sure you wash your face 2 or 3 times a day, man. Put some lotion or some moisturizer on there. So if you don't have a facial, you still be straight. But he's in here and he's never had anyone treat him like this. She's basically catering to him and she's like, you deserve this also. It's self-care. And for him, he's like, I know it's only been a couple of weeks, but he tells her the 4-letter word, LOVE, I love you. And she's like, I love you too. But that's just because he's never been treated like this. You know, he's been in and out of jail. And when he got out, he was trying to get on his feet. But now someone's actually in this corner. Now, Douda is back. And Douda is doing Douda things. You hear that? I can't even say it right. But Rosalind is saying, look, we got the community watch out here. We over here, we're bringing down crime. But there's going to be some people on the south side that might complain that we aren't doing our job because some packages are coming up missing. And they might say we need the police back. So I need you and Q to go over there and handle this. And Q and Otis, they both talking about this is a new generation. These young boys, they don't care about that. But Q's like, well, let's go over there and see what they can do. Because he still wants to implement some of that old power he has and maybe make a few dollars on the side. We already know where this is going. Victor shows up. Now, we know we got this nosy reporter, Fatima, coming. And she just asked him a few questions. She's like, okay, you must have heard I was coming down here. What's that I smell? Cologne, nigga? Did you wear that because you knew I was coming? I was like, nah, I wear cologne whenever I leave. If I'm about to go into an event or something, I want to smell good. But you remember, she wanted to talk to our boy Trig off the record. So they're supposed to have a little bit of lunch and everything. And this is where we start off. Jake shows up to talk to Kevin and he has to let his best friend, his homie, know that Gemma is pregnant. Kevin's like, what? And he's like, what are you jealous about us? No, I'm not jealous about y'all. I'm looking at y'all like y'all are some fools. I'm glad I dodged that bullet with Gemma and you should have known to wear rubber with Gemma. But that's neither here or there. Now, Jake is still on the what about him? And Kev is saying, y'all not ready for a baby. You know what I'm saying? She's got to do what's right for her. It's her body, Jake. Like, she's got to do what's best for her. Now, it's unfortunate in these situations, but if you would have protected yourself, we wouldn't be here. And then Kev basically like, dog, I want the best for both of you, man. I'm not hating. And Jake comes to the realization, like, man, I was tripping. Yeah, you was tripping. Your boy's going to give you the right information, man. So after they get all this behind him, he's like, you know what? This little outfit you gonna wear, I can't let you go out like that. I'm gonna help you out, brother. This weight is on Gemma's shoulder everywhere she goes. All she can hear about is Jake asking, what are we gonna do about it? Her saying she's gonna handle it. Now, the person she was unlikely to be communicating with about this is Maisha. And these two have built a bond with each other. And Maisha's basically telling her, whatever you do, he's going to have to live with it. He's going to have to get over it. And he'll be all right, just like you're going to be all right when you make that decision. Now, I'm not a woman. I don't have no kids. I don't know nothing about this, so I don't even know how to handle this kind of conversation. But, I mean, it's a tough one. If Gemma feels like not keeping the baby is best for her, then so be it. Mr. Bakari. Now, he goes up to Smokey's. We know Shy, he done got his facial pause, so he's out here, he's living the life, running around the city, trying to make things right, helping Victor out. Bakari comes in and he tries to rob the place, puts a gun straight to Emmett's face. And Shy's like, wait, Bakari? You remember, Victor whooped on him. And he's like, hey, man, give me that gun, man. What are you doing? Sit down and eat something. He talking about, man, you only gonna get a couple $100 out of here. And Emmett talking about, man, we make more money than that. Emmett, shh. This man just put a gun to your face and bring up some food. Now, Shad is trying to do the right thing because he was once Bakari. You know, him and Victor were running the streets. So he sees a young brother, just like I try to give advice to my young brothers out here, get y'all out the streets, you know what I'm saying, change your life up. But he's trying to make a difference for this young man because he knows the path that he could be going down. And just like we were talking about with Kiesha, he's not certified. He's not a certified life coach, a life advice giver, but he's been there. So he can give advice. And he's just asking Bakari, what are you doing right now? How are you getting money? And of course, he's out here hustling. We just seen him come in with that stainless trying to rob the place. And Bakari, he's out here hustling, but what is he doing? He's stealing packages. What did we just hear Otis and them have to go handle? People stealing packages. Emmett comes home and guess who's at the house? Kiesha. She over here. Oh, what's wrong? He's like, man, niggas tried to rob Smokies today. His light flashed in front of his eyes. That pistol was out. Yeah, you change up quickly. She's like, what was going on out there? Did you not hear me? They tried to rob Smokies today. There was a gun to my face. Good thing Shy was there. So then she hugs him. She's comforting him. And he brought home some food because y'all remember it's card night. So put the robbery behind us and let's look forward. She's like, don't you get tired of Smokies? And he said the smartest thing I've heard Emmett ever say. He said, it's free. There's nothing better than free food, and Smokies is good. I'm like, why not eat that tonight? She's like, nah, I'm gonna whip up some food. You go take you a shower. Emmett goes and takes a shower. Keisha's in here whipping things up. I'm talking about, I'm like, okay. Now, me personally, it's either Smokies or her food. It don't matter. It's all free to me. But she in there, she makes some little cheese dip. Emmett comes out. She talking about, that was a long shower. I would have said, yeah, I paid a water bill up in here, but but this food is good as hell, girl. Let me go get dressed, man. We gotta get ready for this card night. This is all off the record. A little bit of tacos and margaritas. Hey, why not? Sounds like a good evening for me. Now, Victor is out here with Fatima. Now, this is all off the record. And she's just asking him about Imani. And, this is off the record. But she's saying, why haven't you told anybody about the woman that you love, the trans woman, the person that made Trinity House? Well, co-founded Trinity House. And he's like, would the people really, saying, get along with that? Go along with that and vote for him. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if you gay, straight, trans, bi. I don't care. Can the nigga get the job done? I don't care about your sexual preference. What you do at home, that's on you. We don't care. As long as you can get the job done, that's all that matters is the job. But she's asking all these questions and saying, why haven't you admitted about the one that you love? And Victor's still sticking on why does that really matter? Now, Fatima, she's a trans woman also. And she just like, listen, you need to confess your love because one, someone could come out and catch you up in something and basically blackmail you or hold that above your head, which is very true. So you want to be truthful with everything. But I don't think sexual preference or orientation matters. Just do your job. But she's just like, when was the last time you was with her? You need to let that be known. Because if not, then people are going to disappear. And I'm not about to disappear. Now, this is Fatima talking, not me. But it making valid points, but I still stick with no one cares what your sexual orientation or preference is. Get the job done. That's what we're voting on. Can you do everything that you told us that you were going to do? Q and Otis show up because there's a situation going on with these packages and we need to stop that. Well, at least that's what Rosalind and our homegirl Tracy thought they were going to do. Well, when they get there, Q tells them he's the boogeyman and I want 20% of everything y'all doing. So not only is he not stopping the packages, he's getting a cut. And they just said they don't want to be in anything illegal. They get a little bit physical with these younger gentlemen. Of course, Otis got to pull that thing out on them and let them know we ain't playing around. Y'all can keep this operation going, but we want 20%. And when they get outside, Q tells Otis straight up, next time you need to be a little bit quicker in there because I may have had to break that young man off with these hands. Otis is like, we did not come here for that. Well, now you did. Just last season, Shy, we were all looking at like an asshole. This year, he done turned his whole life around. See what happens when you get a good woman in your corner because he done brought Bakari to the house. And he's like, look, I haven't talked to Victor about it, so just be cool, man. Don't do nothing silly in here. And he's like, yeah. He's like, no, the right response is thank you, because he's giving him a house so he doesn't have to be homeless, and he's going to help him get a job. But he also wants to know, what are your dreams? Where do you see yourself in the future? And Bakari's never actually thought about that. But he says, if I tell you my dreams, I want to know what your dreams are too, Shad. The questions just keep bombarding our boy Victor. They go outside to smoke a little bit of weed. You know what I'm saying? We got to clear our mind, people. We got to do a little bit here and there. Nah, I'm lying. Every day I'm high. But yeah, they out there, and Fatima just asking more questions. When do you miss Amani? He's like, in the mornings. I don't like waking up alone. She talk about me either. What about you and old girl? She trying to play it cool, like you and old girl. He's like, nah, we don't live together. She stay over every now and then. Then she's like, where does she stay? I'm like, hey, yo, whoa, I'm not answering all these questions. You a reporter. But long story short, they get to kissing, and he tells her, don't you tell nobody. So he wants to keep this a secret. A little bit of weed and tacos, that's what they do, because he said, I like this. I want more. It's like, Victor, get focused, man. We running for councilman. You can't be messing with the reporter and keeping secrets with a reporter. Come on now. Shad sits Victor down, because when he comes in and sees Bakari in there, we already know he got set up. They recorded him whooping on him. He's like, man, no, he can't stay here. But Shad is like, bro, look, listen to me. He ain't got nowhere else to go. And we supposed to be making the community better. He's like, man, send him to Trinity House. He's like, man, you know they ain't gonna let no dudes up in there after 9. And that's how a lot of shelters are. They don't really do, you know what I'm saying, too many shelters for men. Now, women, they get shelters. But there's a lot of homeless niggas out there. There's actually more homeless men than women. But that's a whole nother topic. Now, Victor said he said until Victor changes the rules there, hey, man, let him stay here. Think about it. If he had us when we were younger. You see what I'm saying? If we had someone to look up to, our lives could have been different. Now it's time for some cars. That's what we all been waiting on. Everybody's over here having a good time. We got Darnell, Victor, Shy, of course, Kiesha, she joined in the host, Emmy. Now, we here to play some cards, and they all admiring her food. They like, to Keisha's dip. Now, Kiesha talking about, I'm playing, and I'm on Emmett's team. Now, I told y'all earlier about inviting a woman to a fella's night, because we gonna talk about what we talk about. You hear Darnell talking about, it ain't what you do with your D, it's what you do with your mouth. See, he a little bit older, you know what I'm saying? We younger, we don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that age, that middle bracket right now, where I go either way, pause. But, yeah. And they over here, they clowning Emmett talking about, yeah, man, I'm on the sideline now. I ain't really doing that. Put me in the game, coach. That's a D talking. And then we hear Shy talking about, I was locked up, but not anymore. No more solitary confinement for me. So right now, they just having a good time. And Kiesha, she talk about, why don't you guys use your emotions, express yourself? Because what happened when Christian did all of that? Christian opened up his heart. Christian took you in when you just had a brand new baby. And what happened? You left that nigga to go be with Emmett. So yeah, expressing yourself don't work like you think, ladies. Now, Q and Otis, they get back and they got to talk to Rosalind and Tracy about everything that happened. It went from stopping them from stealing packages to now we're embedded 20% with them. And Q talking about, I could send them a message because, you know, I'm the boogeyman. And of course, Tracy doesn't want to hear this. She's looking at Douda like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, man, what did you want me to do? And I agree with him. Like, she's talking about, you didn't stop it. Did you not hear the story? We had to whoop their ass. I had to pull a gun on somebody. That's the same thing that happened with Imani telling Trig to go stop something. Niggas ain't putting their life on the line to try to stop something. We are trying to save our lives and get about that situation. Q said I was going to kill this man with my bare hands. He pulled the gun off of him. Yeah, Otis did what he did to survive. He ain't going out like that. Not trying to stop some package robbers. And she just looking at Otis in disgust. And he's like, look, the good news is they're scared of us. So whatever they take in, it won't be as much. But we get a little bit of profit out of it. And Q's the money man. Like, we just got to go along with it for right now. Now, Bakari invites Papa over. Of all people, Papa, to smoke with him. I'm like, what the hell? But he's about business. He said, you invited me over to talk about your dreams. What are some of your dreams? He's like, man, I'm not trying to do that. I can do that on my own. Let's smoke a little bit. Papa talking about, well, you're right. 2 heads are better than 1. But then Papa starts going on with, maybe we could bring up this dreams for the podcast. Or maybe, since everything shouldn't be brought to the public's eye, maybe I could make that a topic. So the only thing going on in Papa's head is Papa's pool pit and not helping out Bakari. Kev shows up to the cosplay, Simone there. Hey, a beautiful black couple. Now, at first, he felt a little awkward when he got in there. But sometimes you got to go outside your element. And if there's an environment like this, I mean, try it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I personally wouldn't do it, but we didn't have nothing like that when I was growing up. But you see, he's here. And of course, if the girl that you like and she feeling you too, enjoy that moment. Because at least you ain't got to worry about what Jake and Gemma got going on, or a kid as a high schooler. You just worried about cosplay and being a superhero. Jake goes over to Gemma's house and they're talking to her dad, and he figured out that she's pregnant. Well, she told him, and this happened a lot sooner than I thought it would. And she's basically telling her dad that it's her decision, and he's saying, I agree with that, but I want to make sure that you make the right decision, because when y'all do this, there's no coming back. You can't change what you decided to do. Now, we hear Jake saying, I'll get 3 jobs and I'll work and do whatever I can to take care of me and Gemma and the baby. Now, that sounds good, but trust me, you ain't trying to work no 3 jobs. You're not even working a job right now. So you definitely aren't about to be trying to work 3 jobs and try to handle school. But at least the dad is supportive, and that's good. So we're going to see what Gemma does, and she's going to make the decision that she feels is right for her. Now, the bad thing is Jake has all this on his mind. He wants to know what Gemma's going to do. And when he gets home, after hearing that, he sees Bakari in the house and Papa. And Papa's like, he lives here now. Like, Papa, shut up. And Shad's just like, hey, man, it's just temporary, man. Imagine someone you beefing with and they come to live with you. Y'all gonna have to get past it because y'all live together. Y'all might throw things, you know what I'm saying, once or twice, but other than that, you got to get rid of it. And then Shad says something I've been telling all y'all, and y'all been getting on me about it. He tells Papa, take your goofy ass home. No one wants to hear Papa's advice. Nobody. And it turns out Kevin had a way better time than he thought he was, because him and Simone, guess what? They won the couple's best dress. Look at that. You went up there, you wasn't expecting nothing. You just wanted to hang out with her. And Jake put together an outfit for you, and y'all came in here, and now you can really make it rain, because that's what we all want to see. We want to see the rain falling with the romantic kissing inside of the rain. But in this case, confetti. Everybody left the party, and now it's just Kiesha and Emmett. And we already know where this is headed. We all said that Kiesha was overstepping her boundaries because she's cool with Tiff. Now, Emmett is a divorced man. He can do whatever he wants. And they get it on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A little one-on-one action right there on the couch. And, of course, they get it on right there on the couch. Emmett with his 4-5 kids, or maybe 3 kids that he got. Kiesha with her newborn. No protection. And she talking about, what? He said, oh, nothing. And that's the end of the episode, people. All right, let me know what you think. Do you think that Gemma is going to keep the baby, or are they going to get rid of the baby? And also, what is going to happen between Kiesha and Emmett? Where is this about to go? Is Tiffany going to be upset with this? Let me know what you all think. I'm MoedotJ. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.